I think a really big question is like, why do you feel the need to express yourself in this way, or why do you feel the need to make this, or even if you're a dancer, like why do you feel the need to dance all of the time? And for me, I've just realized like it's the way that I process the world and how everything makes sense to me.
It looks like fruit that's hanged up on the wall.
I feel like when there's art shows or that I'm interacting with people about artwork, it's always adults, so I thought it would be a really cool experience to just see how kids connect to it. Being able to bring this to them is really wonderful.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about art.
Of course. Why wouldn't we be in the art room? Art is like a thing where you can use colors and stuff and create whatever you think in your mind.
It's just so creative because sometimes I might draw like a cat that has a unicorn horn and butterfly wings, but it's basically a cat. I'd rather do art all day than play at recess for 1 hour. It just gives me this warm feeling. I just love art.
So when I was small, my dad bought us paint, and then I just kept splashing it on the paper, and then I enjoyed it, so I took a tack and put it on the wall.
Usually art is when you make crafts. Where you can make crafts or cut stuff out or make things, like all that stuff. It makes me feel happy. Art is where you can use your imagination and paint stuff. It's a time where you can just like forget everything that's happening and just put your mind into the artwork you're painting and stuff.
I'm Jackie Head, and I'm creating a site-specific installation for West Newton Elementary School. I will be creating a tile installation created from slip-cast components. That'll be 1,008 tiles in completion, and it's heavily inspired by quilt making and pattern making. I really wanted to tie in the Quaker history behind West Newton and tie it into the current student body. I kind of think of art as like everybody's interpretation of the world and how they kind of like intake that, digest it, and then put it back into the world. It's a melting pot of their experiences and them kind of expressing to the world how either that's made them feel or how they experience something. And it's interesting how forms and colors and shapes can all have a meaning like that and represent somebody in that way. First space is your home, second space is your work, your school, where you spend your time, and then third space is outside of that. But this project has kind of brought a new meaning onto it. I think it's being able to take the students out of that space that they're currently in. So it's very similar in the way that they're creating a third space. It just happens to be at their second space, which is their school. I think of it as like a neutral ground for individuals to meet. And so that'll be really interesting if they're able to take students out of that expected school environment where they feel like they have their place in the classroom and to see if this can transform that space for them at all.
It's really nice. It's the same with both sides. I forgot what it's called.
It's very big, and sometimes it kind of looks like flowers.
You see butterflies? Oh, I love it. You see butterflies. These are like the little wings, and this could be like their antennas.
I see that some of them look by the color, they look like they're peaches. It's like a lot of decoration and stuff, and like it's really cool. They spent a lot of time on it.
First off, I want to talk about the really cool big art piece that was in your school. You remember that?
Yeah.
So when you saw that art piece, what is one word that you thought of? What is something that was really cool when you saw it?
It was really magnificent, and I loved it.
Magnificent, wonderful.
Design.
The design.
The color.
The colors. you saw all these wonderful things in the art, and so now you're gonna all come up with your own ideas to make music. Okay, so you're gonna create your own music with boom whackers.
Who wants to remind me what kinds of things we did last time? It was probably about a month ago, but what did we do? Yeah, we were making what I call rhythm and patterns in our feet, right? Rhythm and patterns in our feet. So we're creating music out of our footwork. I'm curious about your thoughts about the installation that was on the wall.
They use shapes, and the shapes had different angles, and you make angles with your dancing, and the artist made angles with all the shapes.
When I walked through the school the first time, we went to the hallway by the cafeteria, which is where I'll be installing, and I just instantly had this connection to the space. Like, I really loved how kind of confining it was. I felt like the work could really go in there and make an impact on the students and really transform that hallway that they walk through. It felt like it completely is going to alter the environment, the energy that's going on in there. 26 feet 4 inches. 8 feet 10 inches. I've always been really attracted to repetition. I have anxiety, and it's not severe, but I think I find like a sense of calm in repetition. It's very comforting for me. I definitely haven't gotten tired of it yet, which I think sometimes people, they'll find a process that they're interested in, and then they're like, after a year or two, they're like, you know what, that was fun, but I'm done making pots. But I think I will be slip casting and surrounded by plaster for the rest of my life. I hope it just puts them in a better mood, puts them in a great mood. I know there's so much anxiety and stress going on, even with little kids, and I'm hoping this art piece can kind of give them a break from what's going on in the world, just give them a moment to think about and look at the work and just enjoy it. And I'm really excited for them to kind of make connections in their own lives and how they make work, and see how it's not just fancy artwork that's somewhere else. It's very approachable.
Art helps me relax when I'm stressed. When people get me mad, I just do art. So it makes me calm down. I don't know why, but it just makes me relaxed during my time when I'm mad. So art is just great to me. I love art.
To me, art is it's therapeutic to me. If you're upset or angry or something, you could do art and it could calm you down and you could just feel so much better. You can do art that expresses your feelings, and some people would understand that because they have similar feelings to that.
It's where sometimes where you get mad or you have any feelings, and you just need to calm down a little bit. And art makes me calm down and just makes me happy.
You see right here, you can come and touch it and kind of see what it's like.
I'm Jackie! Yeah!
Our art teacher was talking about.
I know, I made all of this.
I think it's awesome. I told them that you were coming today, and they may have some questions for you. So
I'm here, ready. Anybody have a
this
question?
is Miss Jackie Head.
Oh, wow. Let's do it one by one. What's your question? I think I want to do all of my installations in schools because I feel like the kids' responses are so honest and almost visceral, and adults are kind of well, if what I'm feeling or what I see is is that the right answer? And kids don't care about that. They just tell you what it means to them and how it's making them feel, and they're so honest. This whole experience would do it 10 times over again. It's been so incredible.
When I was younger, I really didn't want to do art. But now that I've been at this school for a long period of time, I always want to do art. And I'm always happy when we come to art class.
Art is never finished. It's lost but never finished. So you can keep doing art every day of our life.